mana whenua true, the sovereign, is that they remain here. Any other people that have overstayed here, they should cut off and recalculate and re-account from where we have gone to and where we're going to have an audit. I order an audit from the Queen and her Assembly of Lords and their Supreme Court to adhere adhere to our wishes. When we go up to Waitangi with new documents, I sign that gives us that right to have audit of account of the government's business and Her Majesty the Queen of Right of New Zealand corporate company, and to audit all the ministers and their agents and their contractors, consultants, and there's, I think just our last count at my estimation, there's 38,000 public servants, and they are alien to this land. Although they legally live here, they are alien to the Queen and been adopted or swore their allegiance to her and England. Right? We're not talking about any other country but just New Zealand and England, and our connections legally by law to the UK, British land law, British civil law, British equity law, to our own sovereign state, Moai, Ngā Atua e wā Aotea sovereign state government, 30 kilometres off the east cape of the North Island, New Zealand. That's where I want to bring everybody together internationally to start this new sovereign cooperative company and tidal electric project off there. I'm just saying that because the City of London is a separate sovereign state in London, 600 acres in the middle of London, England, and that's quite separate from the England state. So I'm just setting up one of many sovereign states off the coast of all the countries if it gets to that stage, but at least 60 countries in the Moai boundary area of the Pacific Islands rim boundary area of our discovery by Moai and the Polynesian people in those times. We have documented as our proof of claim evidence that we put in front of the British Crown up against anybody else who wishes to rebut those claims on our website, Facebook. Just type John WANOA into the search of Facebook and you can join as a friend to me, or just read the information and the affidavits that are there issued yesterday at 4 o'clock to the alien ministers and agents who are putting the Auckland Super City area mana whenua and their title new councils amalgamated into one together, and it ended today at midday. That was the Super City Council Mayor nominations between Len Brown and John Banks. And so I issue a warning to them today. I make intentions to them to rebut our Moai sovereign state claim to be mana whenua over Auckland Super City boundary area. I'm sitting here on the waterfront in Auckland, and I want the new mayor and his council to come and talk to me and my council of executive. I'm talking about the original sovereign native council. That's the surnames that are indigenous and connected to the land. That has more information than any other person on this land that can put it in writing and to rebut or or challenge that mana whenua status claim. I've done this last year and a few years before, but I'm just reinforcing that claim today on camera, so that it gives you till 4 o'clock, anybody who wishes, and I'm saying I'm quite serious about that, that there is no repugnant person or any alien who is acting for the New Zealand government, Crown, shall not impersonate our mana whenua sovereign state and claim to be mana whenua or any other title over these lands if they can't rebut on my Facebook our claim to be mana whenua over Auckland super city area and the whole country. I take these claims to Waitangi on the 28th of October 2010. That's the annual celebrations of the birth of this nation, the founding documents right here in this flag of this nation. And so those people gather there at an assembly of the upper house of Parliament in this country. What I'm doing there is to get their consent, mandate, to back up the claims that we have here of being the original sovereigns above any other people who wishes to call them sovereign. You've got two types of Maori. You've got the white side Maori. I make that quite clear, that that is the maternal side of the bloodlines that run down the Queen, Elizabeth II George line of whakapapa. Now, that's how that government in Wellington is running on that system of monarchy, which is phasing out now. The Queen is phasing that out of their system, and she's gone away from the grace of God, and that God is the white horse, by the way, that she is sitting on to conquer people, and they follow that line of domination around the world. And I'm challenging that now with our Moai statue that's on the computer here and on Facebook, on other sites too, Google, both Twitter, MySpace, Auckland, Teknarati, and YouTube, and Domain, another one that's Domain will be making photos of that. Anyway, it's just to quantify and qualify our status, that I want to make sure that that the maternal side is not the correct tikanga Māori law, L-O-R-E, side of our whakapapa. Whakapapa is title to these lands. And I know that the Crown is mischievous in being two crowns, one for them and the New Zealand, Australian, New South Wales Crown, and impersonating the Queen of England Crown, and also usurping our Maori sovereign crown in the way of using Maori ministers to do their dirty work. I say that quite clearly in front of the world, dirty work of usurping our mana and our grace of God authority to rule these lands. Now we are here with